welcome back. We're listening to this street musician here, but we're actually on the way to Redza, so let's keep going that way. I don't know what the eye is doing, but I'm pretty sure I don't like it. Ooh, a sushi place. Irashaimase. Sushi, sashimi, maki, soup, and noodles. Can I go in there? No, not fair. I want sushi. For those who lost, for those who were lost, for those who suffered, and those who perished. They will never be forgotten. What's this?
The collapse, August 8th, 2209. The day everything went to hell. I remember only fragments. It was a scary day. For those who lost, for those who were lost, for those who suffered and those who perished, you will never be forgotten.
And there I went through all the trouble to read that, and now Zoe does it for me. The collapse, that oft alluded to disaster that apparently happened right after the event of the longest journey, that most fans still surmise, has something to do with April restoring balance. Probably some of the technology in Stark was depending on magic that was leaking through from Arcadia, but since the balance was restored, it stopped, and therefore the technology stopped working, and everything went to hell, as Zoe so eloquently put it. We don't really know for sure. It's never really been explained beyond that. And that's the same text. Leia Uminska. Leader, Boulder. Boulder leader, I guess. That's the campaign that Zoe is working with, according to her journal.
Uminska's face is plastered all over the city. Unity's making a major push before the elections. I really do think that we, stand a decent chance. I do like the Uminska ads. I think they get the message across. I'm proud to be associated with her political campaign.
Well, that's good, I guess. I don't really know much about the alternatives, except apparently this Constantine Wolf character that she mentioned talking to Nala.
You know, she gets a lot on me head, but Rebus is straight up. I think I'm voting Manifesto this election.
The Marxists?
No bullshit.
What's the alternative, eh? Constantine Wolf?
There's Uminska.
She's weak. She points wherever the prevailing wind blows. I'm sticking with the Alliance.
The Blues? That's just gross.
Huh, funny. What's wrong with Dieter Gross and the Alliance? Better the evil you know than the evil you don't.
A clean slate is the only way to go. Someone with no hand in the corporate pockets. Say whatever you want about Marta Rebus and Manifesto, they got no ties to the Syndicate.
No, they're on their own. No support from anyone. The Marxists make a lot of noise, but what does it amount to? Just a lot of noise. Uminska is the only choice that makes sense.
At least no one here is voting Kaiser Constantine and European Dawn, right?
Ugh, talk about gross. I read in the hand that Wolf's been on trial twice for rape. Acquitted, but artsy, seriously.
The Kaiser gets no vote from me. He's a Gapfadama Puta, that one.
Okay, no love for Constantine Wolf, it seems. I'm sure Nella will be happy.
I don't care, as long as we end up clubbing. I'm up for a bit of bright sign.
Sounds super, Bon. Let's head to a Garito first for some broa.
I'm down with that. We can lay a super plan over Bira.
I didn't understand half those words, but I think you got the gist of it. Anyway, Nella will be happy that they're maybe voting for the Marxists. The hand that feeds. Well, isn't that convenient? That's what we were looking for.
That's the Hand That Feeds logo. It's conveniently pointing the way to the entrance. That's the Hand That Feeds logo. It's
Most things have two
conveniently
descriptions.
pointing the way to the
This
entrance.
one only has one. And the entrance is actually right around the corner here. There it is. Got the wrong door. Alright, the hand that feeds. We've heard a lot about it. There's some news going on in the back there. There's quite a lot of that, so I'm not gonna bother reading that. Reza appears to be over there.
The boyfriend, working hard to save the world, one story at a time. We've had our ups and downs, Reza and I. Things are going. They're going. We'll find out where soon enough. It's been a tough transition for the both of us. Relocating to Propass, sharing a home, global conspiracies and comas. Lesser boyfriends would have bailed.
Yeah, that does seem like quite the hard times for any relationship.
It's been more complicated than I'd hoped, getting back together. I guess I didn't know Reza as well as I thought before moving here. Still, we'll figure it out. I have faith. I have that, at least.
No, Faith disappeared at the end of the last game. Keep track, Zoe. Oh, there's an Orwell quote on the floor here. Freedom of the press. If it means anything at all, it means the freedom to criticize and oppose. George Orwell. Some more quotes around here, actually. Not sure if they're all Orwell quotes, but... If liberty means anything at all, it means the right to tell people what they do not want to hear. Wise words. Give me the liberty to know, to utter, to argue freely according to conscience above all liberties. On this side we have journalism can be lethal. Not to the journalists, I hope. Then again, wouldn't surprise me.
The Hand used to come out every few weeks, but they recently took on more full-time journalists and switched to a daily feed. I know it's been a huge source of anxiety for Reza and Sully, but so far they've been successful. They still get to do the longer and more in-depth stories.
Sounds like a good change. Let's give Mr. Reza his lunch. This cheese soup? What soup? Clever.
Cheese soup. Reza's favourite. Tasty, but dull. Dull.
Is that supposed to be some sort of combination of tasty and dull? Can't really tell.
The boyfriend.
Yeah, already
working
did that.
hard to save the world, one story at a time. What's up? Toppling governments and exposing corporate conspiracies?
Well, all in a daze. How was, you know?
Therapy? Therapeutic, I guess.
You guess.
Let's see.
I know he means well, but not in the mood for more psychotherapy. I wish he'd leave the psychotherapy for later, but I know he means well.
Well, no reason to start off on a bad foot, I guess.
Dr. Roman is really good. I don't know if it's helping. I don't remember anything.
But it's getting easier.
Easier? Sure. And sooner or later, I will remember some things. Everything. So, working. On what now?
A couple of things. The clampdown, mostly. There's tons of buzz about the Syndicate shutting down parts of the metro, escalating identity checks, raiding news feeds. We're expecting the worst.
You're loving it.
I wouldn't say that, but it's exciting. We can make a difference.
I pray they try to raid a Hand.
Sully's already preparing the lawsuits.
We'll sue them for emotional trauma, unlawful intrusion, damages to property, interference with the free press. We'll sue them for 300 million yuan.
He's looking forward to it.
I am looking forward to it. Bring it on.
On your way to the lab?
Ready to get rid of me already? I bring lunch. Cheese soup, the usual.
I forgive you. You can stay as long as you don't talk to me. I need to finish this story.
The clampdown.
No, that new Bingo Dreamer soft drink. Apparently they fast-tracked EFSA approval and skipped a few steps. Some customers have reported seeing the Bingo Dingo after drinking a can. We'll probably get it pulled from vending machines.
That's my boyfriend, getting fizzy drinks yanked from store shelves.
I'm a modern-day Gilgamesh, saving the world from hallucinogenic sugar water. Thanks for lunch. I appreciate it. I guess I'm making dinner.
You guessed correctly, Ziamal. Oh, I won't be home until later. I'm volunteering.
Any special requests?
Nothing heavy. Have the membranes been repaired?
I queried the building net, but no reply. Prepare for the worst.
I can't believe we don't live in a climate-controlled apartment. As soon as I get a raise, we're moving.
I don't want to leave Propast.
No, I like the neighborhood. But a more modern building would be nice. No more sunny living at Sonnenschein Plaza by Original Consumer Goods. Anyway, lunch. Here, I have to run.
Have fun at the lab. Say hi to Wallflower?
Ada. Ada! Come on! She's the best! She's fun! Once you get to know her.
Fun.
She's so smart and a really nice person.
Right. A nice person.
Yeah, that's right. Nice. And I'm going to invite her over soon. And you will be nice, and it will be nice, and we will have fun.
Forced fun is always the best kind of fun. Also, how can you not know who Ada is? She has a programming language named after her. Or maybe that's a different Ada. And we have a new goal. Head to work at the laboratory on the walkway above Kaprova. I guess we could do that. However, before we do that, we can talk to Sully over here, who seems to be Reza's boss, and one of the people on Zoe's Make a Friend or 5 list.
Reza has a great friend and an amazing editor in Sully, and I wouldn't have lasted a month without his shoulder to cry on. Sully's the best. Good guy, Sully. I don't know what we'd do without him.
Have a different editor, probably.
Hey, my favorite manic pixie dream girl.
Sully loves to test me. He knows what buttons to push. I'm calling his bluff. Sully is the sweetest. I know he likes me, but he tries so hard to keep it light and friendly. I love him. Yeah, fuck you too. You look awful, by the way. What happened?
A wedding.
Finally. Who's the lucky girl?
You know I only have eyes for you. Dump that deadbeat boyfriend of yours and let's catch the first train to Copenhagen.
I'm trying to slowly poison him with my home cooking. I'll give it a few months. How was the wedding?
Awful. I feel like shit. It was a Polish wedding. A Polish wedding with an unlimited supply of Polish vodka.
Oh, that does sound awful.
I take it you haven't been to a Polish wedding. It was fantastic. It was a disaster. It was all things, good and bad. And once the bride and groom stopped screaming at each other, it was incredibly romantic. I'm man enough to admit that I wept. Openly. How was Trieste?
Really good. I mean, it's Trieste. It's not the Gold Coast. But it was nice to get out of the city. Did you know there's an actual sun up there?
Yeah, urban myth. The sun is a lie. I don't believe it for a second. Besides, my skin would probably turn to ashes if it's exposed to UV rays.
You're a child of Propast, Sully.
Constantinople. But close enough. I don't expect an islander to understand European geography.
Born in India, spent half my life in Africa, but hey, who's keeping track?
Talk like an islander, live behind islander walls, deal with islander shame. That's what I say.
Okay.
Everyone's talking about the clampdowns today. If anyone knows what's going on, it's Sully. He prides himself on staying on top of the news cycle.
Well, it would be nice to know more about what's going on with that.
What's going on with these eye clampdowns everyone's on about?
Jesus wept those baton heads. It's insidious is what it is. A little bit here, a little bit there, and soon Propast is a bucking gulag.
But why are they doing it?
Who knows? It's the Syndicate. They don't need something as banal as reasons. They want people off the streets and hooked up to their dream machines.
You think that has something to do with it?
Yes, no, maybe. Mouse your rules, and those dream machines are a license to print it. It would be naive to think they're completely unconnected. Watiko holds a lot of sway over the Syndicate. But we're going to find out for sure. Your boy toy there, once he's looked into the Phantom Bingo Dingo, will be taking point. This story is going to make a lot of people very angry. And that will make Sully very, very happy.
Won't they just shut you down?
Let them try. We have the future on our side. And once I win my Pulitzer, I'll whisk you away to a better life.
Copenhagen, right?
That's just for the marriage license. We'll go to Overview in Dacia and live like savages on the beach.
Sounds good. I'll get back to you once I've taken care of you-know-who.
I heard that.
Which part?
All the parts.
Meh. You'll still eat my food, even if it is poisoned.
Food is food.
I've distracted you two enough. When are you coming by for dinner, Sully?
When is your man cooking dinner next?
Cruel but fair. We'll have you over soon. Maybe we'll even find you a dinner date.
Next to you, no woman measures up, but beggars, choosers, take care, Zoe. Stop by anytime.
Sully's a nice guy. I like him. Alright, let's get going to the lab. To figure out where it is first, I guess. I mean, the goals sort of say, but if you're playing this game for the first time, that isn't exactly helpful. Actually, it still isn't helpful, and I've played this game a few times. I mean, I sort of know where it is, but the names of the places don't mean that much to me. Most places in this game don't take that long to load. It's only really the outside worlds. And apparently our consequence is that Zoe decided to go back to school because of a choice we made. And I already told you about that. We kind of already knew that from the journal. It's just letting us know that it's because of a choice we made, which otherwise you wouldn't know unless you played the game more than once. I didn't know until I read about it. Let's see. Alan Oshiro.
I've seen him somewhere before.
Yeah, this goes nowhere. It means nothing. I think those were backers that got their name put in the game if you backed them at a certain level. Unfortunately, I was still a student when this Kickstarter came out. I think it was, or maybe just after. I'm not sure. Anyway, I didn't put that much money into the game. I am in the credits.
He looks really familiar.
Well, let's get some directions from Crowboy.
Howdy, partner. Where are you off to today?
We are off to the
Our
lab.
lab is located just above the Propass metro station, on the upper level. I don't even know if that part of town has a name. Upper Caprova, maybe? Can you show me how to get to the elevated walkways above Caprova?
Sure thing, miss. Which section are you looking to traverse today?
The cul-de-sac right above the metro station.
Well, shucks, that ain't no problem whatsoever. Nothing there worth checking out unless you just like the view. But here you go, sweetheart. I hope you get to where you're going. And if you ever get lost again, you know Crowboy's got your back.
Yeah, this is very unhelpful because you might be tempted to think that you can just go, that way. There's no arrow this time, which is also not very helpful. But this is actually on top of the walkways, and you can't get up there if you go that way. So we have to get up first. I think the easiest way to do that is to go up the stairs on this side. Sushimi. I see what you did there.
Dieter Gross. Dependable, conservative, boring old white dude. The Alliance is not going to win. They spent the last 7 years running Europolis into the ground. Dependable, dull, dead. Not literally, politically. I'm not advocating assassinations.
I object to calling anyone who has the same last name as me, except in German, dull, or any of those other things. Let's see if I can remember how to get there. I always ask Crowboy again, but I think it's up here. Is that Manifesto?
The Marxists are so in your face with everything they do. They can't possibly believe that Rebus will win, but they're doing their best to disrupt the status quo.
Which, from the looks of things, is not a bad thing.
Nella is the only Marxist I know. I guess she has the energy and commitment of a whole apartment building. Still just one vote, though.
That still only counts as one. T-Rex Mini Market. Excellent prices. More of those weird vent towers. And more ads. Dream Me. The new look. Cloud9 prosthetics. New face, new possibilities. I guess so. Bingo Dreams. Your choice, your dream. That's the drink that Reza is trying to get off the streets, I guess? Or off the shelves, more accurately. Why would a drink be on the streets? I don't know what I'm talking about.
After they dominated the soda wars, bingo's pretty much the only show in town. And by show, I mean fizzy drink.
Cameras. Well, that's not too far off from real Europe, I guess. Especially the UK.
After they dominated the soda wars, bingo's pretty much the only show in
Can
town.
we get a drink?
And there's absolutely nothing I would want in there.
No, but I thought you said you were a Bing girl, whatever that means. Constantine Wolf, born to lead.
Kaiser Constantine and European Dawn. Fascists, isolationists, populists. If they win, Europolis is, well, bollocked.
Insert obligatory Donald Trump joke here.
Constantine Wolf envisions himself a back-to-basics father figure for a united Europe, embracing traditional values and ethnic purity. I've heard that particular pitch before.
I want to point out that this came out before Donald Trump actually announced his candidacy for president, so definitely not deliberate, but there are certainly similarities.
There's no way you can convince me that Kaiser Constantine...
Do you really have to call him that? It's so derogatory. Constantine Wolf doesn't go around calling your candidate names.
No? Have you seen the graffiti?
I don't think Wolf has the time to walk around with a spray can.
His fascio army does. They're everywhere at sea. Who do you think is behind the checkpoints at the iBots?
The Syndicate.
And who's behind the Syndicate?
The corporations. European Dawn wants to free us from corporate rule. They want the people to run this city. They want democracy and freedom. Unlike Leia Uminska.
Oh, come on! Are you going to argue that the Social Democrats are in the corpse's pockets?
Not my words. Just repeating what they say.
They, as in the Kaiserlings.
I told you, Duper, don't use that word.
Duper? Duper? Dupek? Whatever you do, don't vote for the Kaiser.
Don't listen to her. She's just a sozy bobo.
Okay, heated debate. Rent a Lab, Realty. OCG, Original Consumer Goods. That just makes me think of RoboCop. Looking for a lab? Mad scientists, look no further. Rent a Lab by OCG. We give the space and the... Okay, I can't read the rest of it. For doing something research, you could... I give up. Anyway, I guess Cape Town University is making use of that. Is this it? Doesn't look like it. Big eye logo over there. Guess it's one of their big main buildings. Cape Town University, that's the place.
Our anonymous little lab. I'll be spending many, many, many hours in there this coming year.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on it. Ada, I presume? This looks like a door, but it's not. Door's actually over here.
I synthesized a new version of the algae this weekend, based on our design from last week. It's stabilizing really well.
Oh, that's... Good morning, Ada.
Oh, yes, good morning. Take a look at the algae. I think you'll be happy.
Ada is not very good at small talk, is she?
I'm so lucky I ended up with Ada as my project supervisor. She's super talented and the sweetest person, once you get to know her. At first, she can be a bit, haughty. She was a doctoral student in the pioneering department when I went to Cape Town, the first time I went to Cape Town. I only knew of her, we never talked. Everyone thought Ada was arrogant and aloof. Turns out she's just very focused and very, very shy. She's still an introvert, but totally comfortable with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Ada's the best bioengineer I know. Well, after Dad. Once Ada is done with her postdoc work, I'm sure she'll be up there with the best in the world.
Ada is one of the characters that you do not get to see at all if you do not take the familiar path and go back to university. Let's talk to her.
So, how was your weekend?
Weekend? Right, the weekend. I was here.
Of course you were.
Okay, not much of a social life. Still better than being hooked up to the Dreamer all weekend, I guess.
I feel it's my mission to train Ada in rudimentary small talk. I won't let her get away with this so easily. I'll use my subtle skills of persuasion, or... No, wait, no, I'll just badger her into submission. That's what I'll do.
Sounds like a plan.
How was your weekend, Zoe? It was very nice, thanks for asking, Ada.
Trieste.
Yes.
And?
It was very nice.
Allahu Akbar.
Good job.
If we're done with the small talk... are we done with the small talk?
Sure, why not?
Oh, thank you. Please, take a look now.
Okay, definitely not much for small talk. I guess we can take a look at the LG now. Yeah, they keep saying algae. I've always heard it pronounced algae, but that's just me. Yes, those charts look very good.
That's looking good. Just like our model.
Just like your model. The transmutation rate is at 150% of the previous model and holding steady, masha'Allah. I think we're ready for a test.
Test? Oh, no, I don't know. Maybe we should run another simulation, or 20?
There's nothing to be worried about, Zoe. So far, your models have performed admirably. There's no reason this won't work in an organic environment.
That organic environment is a river that runs through my neighborhood, a very, very public river.
The permits are all in order?
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about that. If this fails...
It won't.
If it does, my failure will be staring me right in the face every morning.
Failure is how we succeed. We won't know until we try. And if we fail, we try again.
We? Me? I'm the one who has to live with the consequences.
Zoe, you decided to go back to school, finish your degree. That was a choice you made, and it was the right choice. Now, part of that is facing the possibility of failure. Failure will always be a part of the job, part of life. And you're right. The models won't always hold up. The river is a chaotic environment. The algae might die. It might do something completely unforeseen. Allahu Alam. And if the river does turn pink, you've learned something. We go back to the models, we try again. You should be proud of the choice you made. And you should embrace the consequences, no matter how embarrassing or trying they may turn out to be. I'm done talking now. That was a lot more words than I'd intended.
Yeah. Wow. Good ones, though. Those were good words.
Ready to do some science?
You bet. But if that river turns pink, you're running the next set of tests.
Deal. By the way, I did leave the lab this weekend.
Don't tell me. You went clubbing?
I don't drink, or dance, or enjoy the company of people. No, I went shopping.
I knew I hadn't seen that outfit before. It's beautiful.
That's not... well, yes, I did also get these clothes. Thank you. But more importantly, I purchased a refurbished bot to help with the tests.
From Mira.
You recommended her?
I think my exact words were, Mira's insane, I wouldn't trust Mira with my money, please don't buy a bot from Mira, you will regret it.
She's close and cheap. So, here's the bot. You're taking the bot with you to run tests. Say hello to bot.
Hello, bot.
Hello!
Oh, that is so cute. You're so cute.
Thank you.
Glad to see you're getting along. You know what to do.
Science?
Science. I'll see you afterwards, inshallah.
Okay, guess we've got some science to do. For the people who are still alive. Also, if those algae are glowing orange instead of pink, maybe you should check if you mixed in any from the Dunny cavern instead of the ones you made. And we got a bot. A very cute bot.
That's the cutest bot I've ever seen. I want one. That's the cutest bot I've ever seen. I want one.
Well, I guess we have one. But we'll see what we can do with it in the next video.